January of 2022, 13,
January 13th, 2022,
January
was the
13th,
COVID. The
2022,
diagnosis of pneumonia.
you caught COVID.
Yes, and I was in a
And I
coma.
think you even knew the kind. Was it Omicron or
Omicron. But I've been
Omicron?
had the COVID. I had the COVID on January 4th.
Oh,
But they
okay.
discharged me like around the 12th and no, the 11th. And so I was at home for like 2 days when I got weaker. Like I left the hospital and they discharged me and then I got worse, basically.
So when you came home, you just started getting even weaker, more
Right,
sicker.
right.
And so what happened after? Like what happened after that?
And so one day I was just home. I was home with my boyfriend. And so I don't know. I was watching TV, but before that night, everything was so orange. Like the TV was orange.
Oh, so you basically saying you was seeing the color orange everywhere?
All on the TV. I thought somebody broke my TV. I thought something was wrong with the cable. I'm like, why is this orange? Why is this like that? Maybe I'm tripping. Who broke my TV? But I was so weak, I didn't give a fuck. I was so tired. I'm like, why am I so tired? I couldn't eat nothing. Only thing I ate was frozen strawberries and periodically water. And I had extreme diarrhea, like extreme. It was real bad. And so, next thing I know, I wake up and I'm in Washington Hospital Center. And like, days and weeks and things went past.
Days and weeks.
Yeah, months and all that stuff.
Hold on. So the COVID turned into pneumonia,
Yeah,
and you went into a coma.
yeah. My blood sugar dropped to like 30
How long was you in a coma, Ray?
for like, how many weeks was that? I want to say almost 2 or 3 months. Weeks. It was weeks. Weeks.
2, 3 weeks.
No, 2, 3 months almost.
2, 3 months.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. And so you
I
actually
kept going in and out too. I kept going in and out.
Yeah, so that's another thing I heard. Is it true that you almost passed, Ray? Like
I
you said
did.
you almost
I did. Like almost for 45 minutes. Yeah. They had to keep resuscitating me. My
Oh, so
blood
we
sugar was
don't say these like a lot of people do things with clout, and
right.
I'm not accusing you of doing that, but it just because this is so serious, and I think people can learn something from the stories that you're telling right now. So Ray, you had pneumonia, COVID, Omicron,
It's only one. It's Omicron. But it's COVID. Yeah.
COVID.
It was the one that really hit the city like, it was the worst one ever.
Okay.
It was, I caught it January 1st, New Year's Day. And long story short, I started feeling effects January 3rd. And
So when did you actually go into? I mean, you might not remember.
the hospital, it was
Somebody
January 6th. I
and
went
you
to
went,
the hospital.
and that's the day you went into a coma.
No, I came home. I was discharged from the hospital January 11th. I stayed for a week. I came on January 11th. I stayed home for like a day. Second day, I went to the coma.
Wow. And then you was in a coma for
Right,
close to 3 months.
right. And it was because ultimately I wasn't eating. Also, I lost like what 30 pounds during that time. Yeah, 30 pounds. And I wasn't eating no food. I was just shitting and diarrhea and drinking water and eating frozen strawberries.
So, are you back better? I know it's been a year since everything. Is it any long-lasting effects, or are you back
I mean,
100%?
so I was
from the
diagnosed with
situation?
long COVID, and
Did
it's
you say
something
long or lung?
long.
Long COVID.
Long COVID it's a thing. My doctor told me had I been 30 years old, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't. He said I was 25 at the time. He was like, "You're so lucky to be 25, and your health wasn't that bad, as far as like my my vitamins and things like that. It wasn't too low. It was my sugar that was ultimately low, and my magnesium. Those two things are very important in your body, especially if you're dealing with COVID. And so when I woke up from the coma, something else was wrong with my body. I can't really speak on yet. I'll speak on it soon, but that's pretty, it's serious. I'm gonna tell you right after the interview.
Okay.
But Yeah, something happened from the hospital, which I didn't even know happened. So I woke up. And past that, even to this day, before that, I had memory loss. I couldn't remember my passwords. I couldn't remember my bank account stuff. Bills piled up. My rent piled up. And what's so funny is they don't excuse you for like things like that. You know,
Yeah, man. It's like the world gonna
it
keep
goes
going. They
on.
don't care.
Even if you heal or alive, the world keeps going.
You was in a coma.
Right.
They didn't
And I'm
care.
still, like, credit dropped by like, what, 175 points because the credit card bills was late. And it was wondering why he just like, face of the earth, you know, paying those bills. Cable bill was powered up, Verizon powered up, everything was powered up. When I got home, I was like, I had money, but I couldn't remember certain codes. And I was so still sick in a way, I couldn't go to a bank, do nothing. So I would say I was about like what, $9,000 to $11,000 in debt, and it was crazy, and it was tripling. Even Zeus had to postpone our show brought by Lady Perk. Supposed to have been filmed that, but out of respect to me having COVID, and they stopped the production of it until I got my health together.
Okay.
And even with that show, I was still trying to bounce back. I wasn't always there, but I did what I had to do because I had to help Barbie find love, and
Yeah.
I also had to, get to the money, and getting our fans was supposed to be what gave.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about, and that's one thing I do respect about you, Roller Ray, is that it's no excuses,
No,
bro. Like you been burnt, had some over half of your body
got hit by cars.
kicked by cars, pneumonia, and you've always had an excuse, the number one excuse of what some people would say of your being having a cripple, being crippled.
I'm not
Things
crippled. Crippled is when you can walk and you
My bad, I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. People a lot of people get it misconstrued. Crippled is when you can walk, but you kind of walk. I wouldn't say funny. That's weird. You walk kind of off. You
Yeah.
walk differently. You still consider a handicap, but in my eyes, not in my eyes, diagnosis wise, I'm disabled, basically. Yeah.
And so what I was basically saying is that you was born with the ultimate excuse, but you
I didn't
refused-
use it.
You refused to use it.
And that card still sits in my deck, but I would never play it. For what? All it's going to do is give me sympathy cards. And sympathy cards don't pay the bills. It can, but why do that?
Understood.